Entering the squalor that is my art studio. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I've been living back in Portland for just a little bit over a year now. After a short stint in Los Angeles, before I went there, I had been living in pretty much a 4-bedroom house. And then when I moved back to Portland, I moved into my buddy's house where I'm renting 2 of the rooms here, one for bedroom and one for my studio. And because of the volume of things I had, my studio kind of became a catch-all room full of junk quite often. It was kind of an extra storage room. My desk was in the corner. There was usually stuff piled all over it. There was no clear space anywhere on any of the surfaces. I had this collection of old video games and an old television that was blocking a window, and that took up half of the room. It was just a pigsty and not a great work environment. So recently I thought, it's New Year, it's 2018, things need to change. So I got fed up and decided I'd go through that room, throw a bunch of stuff away, clean that thing up. So out with the old and in with the new, here is a tour of my art studio. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my new improved studio setup. Got my workspace now where the video games and the old TV were. I took those out to make the studio more conducive to getting work done. I also swapped the positions of my art table and computer. I was hoping to put my desk in a command position, but it's pretty big for the space I have, so this seemed like the best solution. In the position my desk was in before, my back was to the door no matter where I sat. And now I can see the door from the art table, and I can see out the window from both the art table and the computer. Most of that window used to be blocked, but having it clear really opens things up and makes this room feel a lot less claustrophobic. Here's the stuff that's hanging on the wall above my art table. Got a Black Flag skate deck. Black Flag, one of my very, very favorite bands. And the graphic on this is from one of my favorite Black Flag albums. Next to that, a vintage print from a great illustrator, Pete Howley, using his alias Quats. Another great band. This is from the 1960s, possibly the very first American punk band, The Monks. And it's autographed here by their bass player, Eddie Shaw. Then there's a Johnny Rad gig poster. He's become a skateboard legend because of his appearances in the 1980s Bones Brigade skate videos. This one's also signed by him. Then I've got some original art here. It's a comic page from Roger Langridge's Mugwump. Roger Langridge is one of my very favorite cartoonists. I mean, look at that line work. And the cartooning, the skill, it's amazing. Then there's an original paste-up ad created by Mofo, who was a graphic designer and photographer for Thrasher magazine during that magazine's golden age. This is a paste-up ad that he did for the pivotal skate punk band Drunk Engines, the band that coined the term skate rock. He was also the singer of that band, and this one's also signed on the back by Mofo himself. Then last is a page from a 1960s magazine. This is an ad of a young and very hot Raquel Welch advertising Vespa scooters. Hot dog. To the left of my art table are all the art supplies that I use on a regular basis. And underneath my desk is all the stuff that I don't use as frequently, but I still need. Aside from the scanner, which I use quite a lot. And I have it down there in the corner because it has such a big footprint on top of the desk. And it's in the corner there, safe, so I don't kick it or anything like that, do any damage to it. Now moving around to the right-hand side of the art table is the good old Epson R1900 printer. This thing has been a workhorse. It's died several times and come back to life, and now the ink is getting harder to find. I think they might have discontinued it. I don't know what I'm going to do without this printer. Next to the printer, I have this candle. Oh, this candle. I light it every night to honor the foes I vanquished in fair combat, to bid them a speedy delivery into the halls of Valhalla with the manly scent of eucalyptus. Anyway, next to that, there's the UX1 by Line 6. It's like a music interface. Plug my guitar in, record demos for whatever music project I have going on. I've got like a USB hub, some speakers, some external hard drives, snowball mic for doing things like I'm doing now. And then there's my computer. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth. It's an iMac. I've got it set on a bunch of books so that when I'm sitting in the chair, the top of the computer is at my eye level, which is supposedly ergonomic. And I got an adjustable arm for my Winova tablet monitor, which is so nice. Before, I had the tablet rested on my desk, and I had to hunch over when I was using it to draw or color or anything like that. When I'd have to put in hours of work on that thing, my back and my right shoulder would just start to kill so bad. But now having it on an arm that I can move around into comfortable positions, man, what a difference. So nice. Moving around the room, my bookcase was previously on the opposite wall from where it is right now, and for months and months and months, there was just storage in front of it and couldn't really access the books. So, way more awesome now to be able to conveniently reach out, grab some reference, or just a classic, like this one. So I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, really opened up the space in this room, feels a lot better. Here's a look at the other side of the room, opposite the art table. There's not too much art on this wall. I'm not a huge fan of Bjork. However, I am a huge fan of John Kay and Spumco. Him and his studio are responsible for Ren and Stimpy, and in the 90s they did a Bjork video, and this is a production drawing from that video. And then next to that is a piece by my friend Mark Rudolph. It's a piece with his character Crablore meeting up with my comic character Monkey Mod, and this image actually prompted us to do a little short silly comic story with the two of them meeting up. And then underneath that is a classic poster from another one of my top bands, the Misfits, pre-1983. And now finally, in the corner where the bookcase used to be, I wanted to make kind of a comfortable place to play guitar and read. Where that dresser is right now, it's full of a bunch of stuff that I need to get rid of, and then I will get rid of that dresser as well. I need to go through all that stuff. But I want to put, kind of a cozy chair right there and make that a nice little cozy corner. I love lamp. One more thing, just because this is super rad. I love the history of the things that I love. I did a little research on this board, and I don't quite remember all of it, but this is a Hobie skateboard with Super Surfer clay wheels from sometime around the mid to late 60s, I think. Although I wasn't alive when this board was made, I have it in here to kind of remind me of my roots and my dreams and aspirations as a young skate punk. To push me forward, because I don't want to disappoint that kid. So that's it. The remodel is all done, and man, it feels so much better in here. I don't know anything about feng shui or anything like that, but seriously, it's just so much better. The energy that I feel when I come to this room now is incredible. This is now a very positive place to be. I love it. There's a lot of space, and now I look forward to coming into this room. And I think that'll do it for this video. Thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't and you'd like to, you can hit this icon over here, and if you want to click on this square icon over here, that'll take you to my Patreon page. And if you like things I do and you want to help support this channel and the artwork I do and the comics I'm doing, we've got a lot of big things planned for this year, a lot of exclusive content. Thanks for watching, everybody, and for your continued support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.